and welcome to the PhD podcast, aka the Player Hand Degree podcast. It's your boy Teddy.
And your co-host Marcus.
And we're going to be doing our summer episode of 2025. This is going to be the NHL recap, the NBA recap. We're going to get into the summer sport baseball right now. But first, we got to do the hockey recap of the rematch. Well, the part 2 saga of Edmonton, Florida. It didn't go game 7. It ended with Florida winning in 6. So once again, the Oilers
and Brad Marchand, the Leaf killer, struck again.
Yes, he struck again in game 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the overtime goal. So that was when the momentum shifted.
And it just kind of went downhill from there. And Edmonton just couldn't recover, unfortunately.
Yeah, and they had a goalie saga, too, which didn't help. They couldn't figure out who was their main goalie. I feel like that's what
should not be having those types of problems at this point of the year. That's like...
only if injuries matter.
Stuff. Yeah. So, I don't know. Poor Connor McDavid. He couldn't get the redemption like Sidney Crosby and Wayne. But we'll see what happens next season.
Will it be his last season in Edmonton? I mean, he has 1 year left on that contract.
Oh, and hockey don't make any money compared to the other sports, so...
I mean, will he leave?
No, your team still had a deep run. Like, where are you going to go?
Come home. Come home. Come home, McDavid. Come home.
Please.
Come home. The Leafs let Mitch Marner walk to Vegas. I'm just saying there's cap room that could be done. Johnny Tavares took a pay cut. He can come home. Just come home. You both have this. You know what I'll say? That the Leafs have an advantage of? At least they went 7 games with the Panthers.
That is true.
They won 7 games. The Oilers
that's
only won
just
6.
on his personality of would he do it?
Come home.
That's like joining, like, you know, the Yankees.
I have a good comparison. I was gonna say it's almost to the point of when LeBron couldn't beat Boston in the Big 3, and he had to go to Miami to team up with D Wade. And Austin Matthews is like D Wade right now without the winning, without the winning though, because D Wade already won by then with Shaq.
That's not a bad comparison.
That's how I would look at that scenario.
You know,
right
ironically, now. Today's the anniversary of the decision.
Okay. I remember where I was when that happened.
So do I.
Anyways, but yeah, that's how I would treat that situation with McDavid heading to Toronto. If he doesn't resign, come home, please. It's the only way they'll win.
Be something. Though.
It's the only way they'll win, and I'll witness it in my life.
Yeah, cause
that's the only chance. Anyways, we'll get off hockey right now. Talk about the reason why I'm wearing this Pascal Siakam jersey. Shout out to the plug for the jersey. I mean, you were always Pascal's favorite. I mean, you always said Pascal would be an all-star one day. I was wrong back then. So, and I was also wrong that they would win 3 games, which is why I'm wearing the jersey. TJ,
yes,
you almost had it right.
We owe somebody an apology about what we both said because we looked at him like he was insane.
Well, he was still wrong. I mean,
lost his goddamn mind.
Well, TJ was still wrong. He said they would win in 7 games, but they went to 7 games, which I'll credit you for, which is why I'm wearing the Pascal jersey right now.
Because I laughed it off. I said 5.
Man, I'm still shocked that they even won a game. Still can't believe they won a game.
And
Pascal's still going to be a Hall of Famer.
He's on the way. He's on the way, TJ.
Well, if they won that game 7, make that prediction look really good.
He'd be an Indiana Hall of Famer if he won that game. He'd be going down as the greatest pacer ever. Especially with that injury, especially with what happened to Tyrese in that game 7.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you'd be a pacer legend for that.
Speedy recovery, Tyrese.
Tyrese ain't playing 2027. Get well though. You're right, TJ.
And speaking about these injuries that be happening, you know that they all have something in common.
They're wearing low-cut shoes?
Not just that.
What?
They all wear a specific number.
What, 0?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's just a fun fact.
I mean,
well, yeah, the low-cut shoes, that has to stop, man. You guys need to protect your ankles.
That's why when I hoop, I wear high Kobe's. Yeah. Kobe 9s. Shout out to the plug on that one, too. A different plug, though. I mean, you can always find them at your Toronto store in the morning. Over there with the hypebeast. You can find them out there, downtown specifically, in Toronto. You can always find that plug right there.
Thank you. I appreciate the promo. Thank you, guys.
What about that OKC championship in Game 7? What do you guys think about that whole finals run? Just in general. About the Game 7, the series.
Like, yo, he showed up. Like, he was really that little engine that could. He tried his best. He did everything that he could possibly do. Just OKC was just too damn strong, bro.
Wait, who are you talking about? You talking about Tyrese?
No.
Who you talking about?
Oh, you talking about TJ McConnell?
Yeah.
Oh,
shit. You know what?
I was talking about the whole
It's all
series, but yeah, he
Rick
was hooping in Game 7. TJ was hooping in Game 7. That third quarter?
Yo.
Yeah, that third quarter was,
He
He
was
was
balling
being
in
that
third
little
quarter.
engine that could.
He was hooping in Game 5 when he brought them back.
Okay.
For a period of time, and then after he took him out of the fourth quarter, all Rick Collins' fault. You know
Nah,
what I
he
mean?
needed a rest.
Nah,
Bro, he was
he
gassed.
should have taken him out.
They had to do something.
He should have taken him out.
And I felt that Pascal had to step up in that moment while McConnell was out.
True.
And to do something, and it just never happened.
True.
Unfortunately, but like I said earlier in the podcast on different episodes, they got a win too. They exceeded expectations. They were a year ahead of development, but they have a lot of things that they need to figure out with money management. Shea did actually take a pay cut, but we'll get to that part after.
Oh, that's actually good. Right.
You're talking about OKC right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Indiana. Damn. You TJ was talking about Indiana.
Yeah, I was too.
I was trying to figure out what you were talking about. But you're talking about OKC. Okay, that makes sense.
And then I segued it back into OKC about actually winning the game.
Well, if he didn't take him out in Game 5, I'm pretty sure Indiana would have won the game.
Indiana was not winning that series, CJ. Indiana was not winning that series.
But if he didn't take him out in Game 5, it was Game 5. Game 5 that what fucked them up.
No.
Yeah, Game 5.
The fact that they went to a Game 7 is special enough.
Yeah, that's still impressive that they went Game 7.
You got to give them credit to where it's due, and I was wrong. I was right about the series. I was just wrong at what game they won in. I said 5.
You know what? Something I was doing on the side, man. I was trying to bet Shea to get 50 every game after Game 3. That was a waste of money. Could have done so much better with that.
Like $20 bets.
50 for 50. Damn. 50 for 50. And then
people don't drop 50.
And then when I was in Game 2 when I was in Vegas, I bet on
LeBron. And Jordan.
No, in the finals, it's never been done. In a
finals. LeBron had
no. In a Game 7, I meant.
Oh.
In a Game 7.
Well, Jordan would have to play in a Game 7.
Jerry West has the record. I think it's 43. But what I was gonna say was when I was in Vegas for Game 2, I did place a bet for 35. And he ended with 34 because he missed a free throw in the first quarter. Man, I was pissed.
Oh.
But anyways.
Damn, I'd be mad.
Yeah, me too. And I said that in the first quarter. I said that free throw's going to come back and haunt me. And it happened. It happened. Couldn't believe it. If you were there with me at the time, you know. If you know, you know. Anyways. SGA. Is that a memorable season for him, though? Regular season MVP. Finals MVP.
Well, it's the first person to do it in the last 25 years, so yeah.
Yeah. He was the best in the whole year.
Wait, LeBron never did it?
No, he's the first person to win a scoring title, MVP, and Finals MVP all in 1 year since Shaq.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, LeBron never did it.
Good.
And Kobe never did it.
Yeah, I know. Kobe only has one MVP, and they lost to Boston. I know.
No, he has 2.
Yeah.
No, regular season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he shouldn't have gotten that year.
What do you... That's a story for another day.
That's Chris Paul's award.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to SGA. He got the 2K cover.
Yeah, he did.
That was announced today. Congrats to him.
What was it you were saying earlier about Shea taking a pay cut instead of getting... He didn't get the super max?
No, he left some money on the table.
For like J-Dub and whoever. Yeah. And they're also getting a kid from Serbia. He plays this coming year. Forget his name. But he was out last year with an Achilles, or no, he's out with a knee injury. But he'll be on the roster too.
So, OKC looking like, as long as only thing that's gonna stop OKC from repeating is themselves.
They're not repeating.
No.
They're not repeating.
No.
I think the NBA. I think the East is open. I'm sorry. I think the East is open right now.
The East is wide open.
Yes, especially with all the injuries that happened in the playoffs regarding Tatum. We just spoke about Tyrese. We'll get to the Milwaukee situation about Dame and the whole betrayal with Miles Turner going there.
Yeah.
Even Banchero getting an extension and them getting Desmond Bane puts them up there. Lonzo Ball on Cleveland now as a backup point guard.
That's actually a nice
coming off the bench. Lonzo Ball.
He can't start over Garland. No way.
Yeah, hell
He's coming
no.
off the bench. Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Who you started? Lonzo Ball or Darius Garland?
No, I understand, but damn, like even with his status as a player himself, he's,
What status?
Who you gonna
The
start?
man been hurt for like
True.
2 years.
Chill. But like,
True.
he can't start over Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland.
Okay.
He already knew he was coming off the bench when he signed the contract.
But the point is they're stacked though. Like
Yeah.
Cleveland's stacked as
Cleveland's
well.
looking nice.
That's your team though. You know they gonna be the 2017 Hawks now.
Wow.
Now they gonna be the real 2017 Hawks.
Yo, nah.
They were the 16 Hawks last year. Now they're gonna be the 17 Hawks. You know what Lonzo Ball is gonna be instead of because Darius Garland's Jeff Teague, he gonna be Dennis Schroeder.
Oh wow.
He's the Dennis Schroeder now.
Fumble the bag too.
Lonzo did fumble the bag earlier in his career, getting injured. Fumbled the bag
Oh, you mean wearing those damn shoes in the
that his
first
pops forced unaware.
And Durant going to Houston Rockets.
Well, TJ brought up, so we might as well.
segue right into that.
We'll segue into it now since you brought up TJ. What do you guys think of that trade? I thought he was coming with the Raptors, TJ. What happened, man?
I don't know what
Well,
happened.
I told you you were
fumbled the ball.
delusional.
They fumbled the bag. I don't know what
And
happened.
him and Giannis. Like,
Well, hey, Giannis might be a possibility.
Giannis might be a possibility.
Masai's gone.
We'll get to
So
Masai.
there goes your African
We'll
connection.
get Masai. We'll get into Masai.
That's actually crazy. Like they actually fired this man during the
Hold on. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
We're talking about KD right now. We're talking about KD right now. What do you guys think about that move though?
Terrible.
For who?
For what
KD and the Houston Rockets.
Why?
They destroyed the chemistry there.
To what? Like,
They got rid of Jalen Green and
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly, if they stuck
addition
together,
from subtraction.
Hold on. Let TJ get his
no,
point across.
honestly, they broke up the team, and like you already know KD's on record. Like like he goes to good teams and he fucks it up. You know what I mean? So
Not really.
I don't know. Houston Rockets was actually a good team without him.
Yes.
With those two players, but like
They were a great team. They
They were
actually
still a good team.
overachieved because in
Yeah.
the beginning of the season, I thought Houston was going to be a bubble team, like playing team,
yeah,
and they exceeded the expectation.
They should have done it like how OKC done it. Kept their young core.
But here's what I'll ask you: do you believe in Jalen Green becoming not Shea, but do you think Jalen Green could be Donovan
That
Mitchell?
guy?
Do you think he could be like Donovan Mitchell, getting 28 a game?
No.
Like making All-Star
He's too
game after
inconsistent.
All-Star game every year. I'm not gonna say will he be Jaylen Brown, Jason
He's a
Tatum.
good guard.
No, but I'm saying do you think he can reach
He
that
could
level?
be
Okay.
if he reaches his full potential.
No, that's what I'm saying. Do you think he could get there? Like become Donovan Mitchell? I'm trying to think of someone else that's like
Zach LaVine.
no, Zach LaVine's like lower than Donovan Mitchell. I'm trying to think of like someone that's like A2 caliber, not A1. A1 is like the MVPs like Jokic, Shea, Wemby.
Steph.
Exactly. That's like A1. Like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, that's like A2, let's say.
Okay.
Like classification.
Luka.
Luka's A1. I give Luka A1. Luka's A1.
Luka's A1. Come
Luka's
on,
A1.
bro. I have some respect.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Do you think Jalen Green could get to that level? Like for example, with Houston, they got Sengun. You could see the Jokic.
Just grow your team.
No, but I'm saying,
he could grow into it.
No, but I'm saying like for Sengun,
Yeah.
like I always joke on the show and say that's baby Jokic, but you see why he could be baby Jokic. The way he
sure.
plays, the way he gets
for
20,
sure.
the way he gets 20 and 12, he doesn't choke in the big moments.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying I think Houston gave up on Jalen Green because of the inconsistency in the first round. Like you can't go from 24 a game to 8 points the next game.
No, they gave up on
And
it.
then after 8 points,
But they give on it too quick.
No, but here's the thing: you had 7 games to show. You had 7 games to do something.
Remember, you gave on this man too quick. That's like his first playoff run, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was
Exactly.
also.
So, come on now.
But it was also Sengun's first playoff run.
Okay, so what?
He
He
showed
had a
up.
better experience than thing.
Yeah, but if you
Next year, you work on your game,
But-
you get better.
But here's the thing.
That's what happens. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with what you're saying. But here's the thing, though, with GMs, it's you got to
Win
move.
now.
You either believe in the guy
Or you don't.
or you don't. Because if you move,
So the GMs
no,
don't believe
because
in him.
no, yes, they
Yeah.
definitely don't believe in him,
No,
they
and
don't.
and also
that's where you get into. Okay.
no. But then also, if you move off a guy too late,
Yeah.
you get less value.
Okay.
Like 2 years from now, let's say Jalen Green turns into, let's say he turns into Dion Waiters,
Yeah.
hypothetically.
Okay.
Who are you getting for him after? And he's already getting 185 for 4 more years. Like, who you get? You can't. That's a
Or
contract
like he
you
could
can't
have
move.
turned into like a Terry Rozier.
So Oh, man.
Like you get, like it's hard. Like
But
it's,
then you get Kevin Durant, who might just bounce from the league, from the team like,
Next year.
after 1 year.
yes, it's a rental.
what I
It's a KD rental. It's like Kawhi.
Yeah, but like he's 36.
No, I know it's a rental. You're getting a rental.
Kawhi was 27.
Yeah, but he was a rental.
But
KD's
Kawhi was 27.
yes, but
But
KD.
27 was not KD though.
No, but KD right? KD coming
But
out.
KD is 36 now. What
Yeah.
is he doing now?
No, but KD's still
He's a
getting.
higher sniper.
KD's still getting you 27. KD's still walking 25,
If
27.
it was KD 27, okay, now we're talking.
No, but I'm saying KD.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying KD today can walk in a court and get you 25, 27 a game.
Just
Facts?
getting out of bed.
No, facts are cap, DJ.
Okay, fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like if it was KD 27.
No, but now
when
majority-
KD's turning 36.
You're talking about getting
KD's
an
36.
old ass player.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
but,
get
like,
that. We
you know
get
what
I
that.
get that.
Like, yo, bro, like it's a young team. You should have grew the team before you do anything with it.
No, I agree with.
I'm not
I
disagreeing.
agree
with
what
that.
you're saying with growing your team like OKC did.
Yeah,
Facts.
exactly.
Facts. OKC learned that lesson though because they blew it up the first time when KD left.
Well, no, they screwed up because they
Didn't
want
pay
to run a
James
luxury
Harden.
tax. But
They didn't want to pay James
They
Harden.
don't want to pay James Harden. They'd rather pay Serge Ibaka for the defense,
yeah,
which is understandable.
At the
at
time.
the time,
Yeah.
yes.
But here's
We didn't know Harden wasn't going to become.
but here's the thing though with Jalen Green. He's too
legendary
inconsistent.
playoff Joker.
Yeah, he's bro. If okay, I'll get
His
before.
first playoff run.
No, but
No, I'm talking
here's
about
the
Harden being a legendary playoff.
here's the thing. Here's the thing that I was gonna say before we transition off Jalen Green. If KD plays in that Houston team,
Okay.
In that game 7.
no,
when
just
they
in the
have won,
series, do they beat Golden State?
Hell yeah.
No, I'm asking
Say that
TJ.
again.
If KD plays instead of Jalen Green,
Okay.
do they beat Golden State in games in that 7-game series? In the 7-game series, do they win or do they lose? Or it's a toss-up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. Jimmy Butler is still there. You know what I mean?
My guy Jimmy.
Yeah, he's
Jimmy
still there.
Buckets.
He's still there. He's still there. That's a deciding factor when he plays D on him. You know what I mean? Like, that's
But he locked Jalen Green up.
okay.
He locked Jalen Green.
Exactly.
But
He's a good defender.
But you're saying
You can't blame the man for that.
But you're
Like,
saying Jay Butler can lock up KD.
yo, bro, like,
Well,
Nah,
nobody
KD
in the league can lock up.
nobody
KD.
locks up KD, man.
Oh,
Come on
man.
now. KD's a walking 25 on a bad day.
okay,
On a bad day, he's a
Okay.
walking 25.
okay, but it's how you get your 25.
Yes, but
You know
on
what I mean? Like,
What do you mean? The man shot over 50% for like the last 12 years.
but no,
Man, like,
He's
Ru-
not inefficient.
a man like Russell Westbrook, score 44 points and like, what did he do? 9 for something, and he got 44 points.
Yeah, but KD doesn't do that.
Yeah,
KD's
but,
one of the most efficient
who
players
got-
in the
It
NBA.
depends how you get your. It depends how you get your points. You know what I mean? Like,
But it's not off
That's
of-
the whole point of a good defender. You know.
But
what I
it's not chucking up bricks.
mean? Okay. All right.
Like
This
KD's
is
not
better right
shooting like Angel Reese out here.
Okay. That's
No,
another
injuries-
topic.
no.
Yo,
Injuries-
that's another topic. Yo,
Injuries doing the
we're
Andre
not doing
Drummond.
that. We're
But
not
we
doing that. We're not
gonna
doing
get off Jalen Green and KD. Who's gonna look back on this trade right now and regret it? Houston or Phoenix?
Both teams.
Both teams. They should have not done it.
They should not have done it.
Well, what was Phoenix really gonna do?
That's true. But it's Phoenix
We
should have
already,
done that trade.
everybody knew
Houston
KD
should've
was
done that
leaving
trade.
Phoenix. They would get rid of Bradley Beal if they could.
I think
They
he might get
can't.
moved to. I think he might get moved.
I swear he.
No,
waited.
it's where Bradley Beal wants to go.
Yeah.
Where does he
Bradley
want to go?
Beal has a no trade clause.
He wants to go to the Clippers, I think.
Yeah. I heard that
Do
too.
they even have money for him?
Well, they're trying to create money right now by moving.
Oh.
They just moved Norman Powell in a trade.
Which I still don't see why they did that. But
Yes. So
that was really out of left field.
what the Norman Powell 3-team deal?
Yeah,
Who do you think won that one?
the team that got Norman Powell, which would be my.
Oh my god.
Just be realistic.
Wait, what was the trade? I didn't even get that. Sorry, my bad.
You don't know what's going on, man.
Norman Powell trade?
So Norman Powell went to Miami,
Okay.
and then
And
John
Miami
Collins.
Miami also got out of that Duncan Robinson money because he gone
Well, he signed to Detroit.
and he went to Detroit.
He
Oh,
signed to
wow.
Detroit. Well, they need a new shooter because
Okay.
their old shooter is going to do some Fed time.
I didn't see that trade. Say it word. I didn't see that trade.
Which one?
The Norman Powell trade.
Yeah. Okay. So it happened 2 days ago on the 7th of July.
Oh, okay.
Norman Powell goes to Miami. Kevin Love, and I'm trying to remember this correctly. Kevin Love and Slow-Mo, Kyle Anderson go to Utah,
Oh,
and
okay.
John Collins from Utah goes to the Clippers.
Hmm.
That's the three-team deal.
It's not a bad trade for the Clippers too.
Oh,
'Cause
and
at least you get a big.
John
And Zubac actually get some friggin' help.
Collins.
Jesus.
But you got rid of your
no,
better-
that's still barbecue chicken for
no,
Jokic.
you got rid of your number.
The whole league is barbecue chicken for Jokic. Okay.
You got rid of your third option. You got rid of your anchor. You got rid of your
Norman Powell was, and sometimes he was the go-to guy after
Yeah.
after Kawhi.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he was an all-star snub this year. I feel, but I feel like the Clippers.
Definitely was.
I feel like the Clippers, similar to Jalen Green, didn't believe in him hitting higher. They just
They think that he plateaued.
they think he's at his peak and move off him high. They're trying to move off
I
him on the
kind
high.
of think he did plateau.
I mean, he averaged 25 a game last year, Norman Powell.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so they're trying to clear cap and get Bradley Beal. Yeah, that's what the Clippers are trying to do by doing that.
Why?
For what reason? I don't know.
What reason? For what reason?
So they can run the 2018 All Stars: Kawhi, James Harden, Bradley Beal. That's the 2018 All Stars right there.
No.
No,
That time
it's
has
done.
passed.
It's done.
Anyways,
Next subject.
I was gonna say, what was the biggest free agency move so far for you guys?
KD.
Really? Not DeAndre Ayton joining the Lakers? The
Yeah,
Lakers finally
that
getting a
one-
big man?
First round exit.
What do you mean first round
First
exit,
round
TJ?
exit. First round exit.
First
The
round
worst
exit?
pickup ever.
You guys
The
don't want to. You
worst
guys don't want to
pickup-
talk about.
the worst pickup ever.
You guys
That
don't want
wasn't
to
a
talk.
horrible pickup. It's a
Nah,
decent addition.
It's an okay pickup.
It's not going to change your team's
I give
projection.
it a 6 out of 10 pickup.
Oh, I agree with that.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Nah, that's a 7
But
out
it's
of
still-
10 right there.
No.
And I'm the guy a couple years ago when we
That's
did
a
this
bad
episode,
pickup.
like dissing DeAndre Ayton, talking about how he had no motivation. He quit on the team in Phoenix against Denver.
This is going to be the Dwight Howard situation all over again.
Nah, first of all, DeAndre Ayton, no, that's unfair.
No.
That's unfair
No.
because DeAndre Ayton is not even close to prime Dwight Howard.
No,
That's so unfair to Dwight
No,
Howard.
but
That's
like you see how
disrespectful
Dwight Howard didn't want to play anymore.
Well,
Because of
Kobe, because but here's the
I-
thing.
I promise you, he didn't want to play no more. He's not gonna want to play no more because of LeBron
Oh, you think
or
LeBron's
because of
gonna make him
Luka.
quit?
or Luca.
Well, him and Luka are boys. They have the same age.
Yeah,
They're
but
friends.
Still, nah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. No,
But
step
DeAndre
forward.
Ayton doesn't have the same expectations
As
that
Dwight
he
Howard.
once did.
Oh, okay, fine. So like,
No,
you
as-
see all the Lakers big.
as long as
in the past
DeAndre
and all that shit, you see
Averages
them
a
live up to
double-double, he's fine.
Well, I'm not. You know what? You know what he needs to do?
that? Well,
Average a double-double and shoot 50%
What Bynum
from
did?
the field.
What Bynum did?
Okay,
Which all you have to do out there is go get 15 and 12.
okay.
Like
So you think that he's going to do that?
that's all he
I
has
think
to do.
he's capable of doing
That's
that.
all he has to do. Go
I
get
don't
15
know.
and 12.
First round exit.
The reason I won't say first round exit because if you look at their team right now, it's Luka, Austin Reeves,
Yeah.
LeBron,
Yeah.
Rui,
Yeah.
and DeAndre Ayton. That's a good 5 in the West. That's a top 4 team in the West right
Okay.
there with that 5.
Okay.
With that 5, you compare everyone else in the West. OKC's better than them today. Let's for sure, right?
Yeah.
Denver after they moved Michael Porter Jr. and got Cam Johnson, someone less selfish, but fits their
And that's
gameplay.
not a black hole.
It fits their gameplay. 3-and-D type of guy.
I don't know. I think it's still the same team.
It is, but he takes less shots,
Okay.
which you can give to
And
Jokic,
you have more ball movement.
and better defense.
Okay.
Like Denver's still Denver. I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Denver will still be like a top
Houston.
14.
You don't know if they're gonna get better or not.
No,
And then Golden
they fucked up.
I feel like Golden State's on the decline right now because they just lost Kevin. They don't even have a big man still. They're still trying to figure out their
Yeah,
main
'cause
problem.
they lost Kevin Looney.
They lost Caval. They're about to lose Kuminga. Kuminga's gonna go sign for the money
Okay.
unless something crazy happens and he takes a pay cut and
Yeah.
stays on the Warriors.
Which I don't see happening.
Am I missing anyone else in the West? The Clippers. Who would you take between the two LA teams in a best of 7 right now?
Right now.
Yeah, no Norman Powell. They just
Lakers.
got John
Lakers.
Collins.
Lakers.
I'm
That's
still
not,
taking
Okay,
I'm
what?
still saying Lakers.
And also, I just don't.
Yeah,
trust
Okay,
James
and here's
Harden.
and here's and here's
That
no
could be
no
a different
no. I got
comparison
you right
than
now. I got you right now. If you ran the rematch back between Minnesota and the Lakers, who would win? This time you have This time you have a big man, DeAndre Ayton. Who
Ooh.
wins the rematch?
Minnesota.
No. Lakers and 6.
Bro, you just went and just shitted on
No,
DeAndre
no,
Ayton
no.
the whole time.
No, I
Now-
know,
now,
I
'cause
know,
he's a
I
factor?
know, but no,
You literally just made fun of him
I
about it.
promise you, nah, like he
Boy, no.
anyone can hold Rudy Gobert.
Thank you. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
The
He
problem
was
was
going
Rudy
there.
Gobert.
He was gonna go there. He was definitely leading there.
The prime was Rudy Gobert. Come on.
Yo, the
now.
man played like Prime Shaq.
Nah, but that closeout game though, that closeout game, he was hooping though. That TJ, that closeout game, he was hooping. He was hooping that game.
Yeah, the only 7-foot footer on the court. Like, what the fuck? Who's gonna stop that?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, but my point is, like, yes, we're gonna transition off. My point, we're gonna transition off DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers. My point was the Lakers are a top 4 team in the West as of today.
Oh, yeah.
They got better by getting DeAndre Ayton. And there's other moves we didn't talk about yet on the. So you're going with KD as the biggest move in free agency.
What else would there be?
What about the
the
Celtics?
biggest-
What about the Celtics blowing it up?
The biggest betrayal by what's his name?
Miles
What?
Turner.
Miles
TJ's
Turner.
saying Miles Turner is the biggest betrayal by switching allegiances from
Yeah.
Indiana going to a division rival in Milwaukee.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Didn't he get paid?
Oh yeah. He got the bag. Miles Turner got the bag.
Yeah, it was just a money thing.
You know what?
And they had to replace him with Brooke Lopez.
Yeah, who's still a free agent.
So it's one of those. The biggest thing out of all that is, where's all of Miles Turner's Legos going?
Miles Turner got 4 years, $107 million.
Yeah.
That's good money for Miles Turner.
Yeah.
That's like what, 26 a year.
I think he could have probably got like 120.
But for Miles Turner to get that money, they had to let Dame go and waive him on a 5-year buyout.
Damn.
So that's like, I'll give you a scenario. That's basically you trying to buy a car, like a nice car, like something nice, but you already have a mortgage on your house, so you got to go get a mortgage on your house.
Yeah.
That's what the Bucks just did because of the salary cap.
Yeah. No, I understand why they did it.
To
and
keep you
Dame
honest.
was actually happy about it too.
He still get his money.
Because regardless, he's still getting his money just like Tom Thibodeau.
It's almost like Bobby Bonilla, except you don't have to wait 25 years.
Bobby Bunny.
We just missed Bobby B Day, so shout out to Bobby B for that one, man. We missed this day,
If
man.
you know, you know.
Yeah, that's one of those you gotta know. But what do you guys think about that whole move with Milwaukee, though? I said we were gonna segue into it. Them waiving Dame to mortgage Miles Turner for 4 years.
I don't know. Like, they still ain't going to do anything.
They still got Kuzma.
Anyway,
What is that
so
gonna
as
do?
I was saying,
What is that gonna do?
that's not going to do anything. Milwaukee will probably be a top 4 seed, and we'll just see what happens.
Can they get out? Will this finally take them out of the first round?
Yeah, because the East still sucks. So, yeah.
I say no. I say they still lose in the first round.
To Miami.
No. Miami's not making the playoffs, people, man. It's over for Miami. It's done. That's a wrap. It's a wrap. Did you not see that game 5 they played against Cleveland?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Oh,
It's a
God.
wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. The Raptors
Yeah.
will take them out.
Whoa.
The Raptors
That's
will
too
take
far.
Miami. No, if they were in a playing game, the Raptors would beat them. I'm serious. The Raptors would beat them in a. Think about it. If they were in a playing game, with Ingram playing, RJ.
Oh,
They're trying to get rid of him too.
I don't know. But you know who's a free agent though? We got to get into this though. Chris Paul. Will he join a team for his last
Wait,
season?
He's a free agent right now, right?
He still hasn't signed. It's his last year. He
Probably
announced
just looking up what team can I go to.
for a vet minimum.
Yeah.
He's ring chasing. This is the last chance to chase the ring, Chris.
Last chance.
If you guys have to guess, what team would he end up on?
The Lakers.
Okay,
I don't know why.
Marcus.
I don't know why, but the Lakers. But
TJ says the Lakers.
If I'm trying to ring chase, what team would I go? I'd run it back in Houston.
Okay.
with KD.
Yeah.
Oh, who would they give up for that?
No one.
Nothing.
Free
Vet
agent.
minimum.
I know, but they have to probably clear out some space for this whole shit.
No, just
No.
cut a player. Just wave some 12th guy or something.
Yeah,
It's a vet
send
minimum.
Reed Shepard to the D League again. Work on his game.
Yeah. That works out.
Sorry, excuse me, but for me, I was gonna say, don't TJ. I like your idea, but the only problem with the Lakers is, will he make amends with DeAndre Ayton, who quit on him in that Denver series?
And Chris Paul is petty.
King
as
Petty.
hell.
No,
He's still him and Rondo still need to square up for real. Honestly, it pains me to say this. I think he ends up on the Knicks.
That'd actually be a great addition for
I
them.
think he ends up on the Knicks. I don't know how,
Where Brunson? In the
Yeah.
backcourt?
bro. He just plays
Yeah,
12
bro.
minutes a game, 15
Vet
minutes a game.
minimum.
Plays 15 minutes a game. I would like him to go to the Lakers, but can he make up with DeAndre Ayton? That I don't know. Would LeBron have to work his that would be great leadership for LeBron if he could work that out. That'd be something. That yes. Move,
Oh man.
moving on now. We gotta talk about the whole team, the Raptors. What do you guys think of Masai? The whole transition firing up a day after the draft.
Oh, that's
And
just
and what's Masai's legacy in Toronto besides the championship, of course?
that is his legacy. He won us a chip. He'll
Won us
never
a chip.
he'll never
Got
be
us Kawhi.
forgotten and always be loved here by Raptors fans.
Winning us a chip, got us Kawhi, brought us to our first ever, fucking
Conference
conference finals. Yeah.
championship.
Yep.
That was all under Masai.
All
in
in
Masai
3 years
trust.
or 4 years or whatever.
Will they regret? Will the Rogers group regret this?
Yes.
MLSE?
The hell else we gonna get?
MLSE? Yes.
Yeah.
You think so?
MLS, was just being cheap like usual,
Yeah.
and they didn't pay him his money, so he cut.
He didn't cut. They let him go.
They
I think
mutually parted ways, but he wanted his money. and
It's
they
like
wouldn't give
you
it
going to work and you're about to get fired, but they say, hey, if you sign this form, you could go get a reference somewhere else, and it will look like you got fired. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like one of those. That's how I saw it as. I think, like Marcus said, they didn't want to pay him the $18 million or $20 million a year for being an executive. When the average executives are making $13 or $15 million, they should have just paid him. They should have gave him the money, but maybe ownership felt different and wants to go in another direction.
Because remember, they also got rid of Brendan Shanahan too. So
Well, he deserved to go. He deserved to go. The guy in charge of the Leafs.
Oh.
He deserved to go though. They couldn't
Oh.
get out the second round.
it's not his fault. He tried.
Hey, at least Masai came, saw, and conquered.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I think they didn't like the moves of him overpaying R.J. Barrett quickly, Scotty, and then giving Ingram that contract, and he never played a game yet for the Raptors. I think that was the big.
Well,
I think
to
those
have
are one of the big
somebody on the
problems.
team. You gotta pay somebody.
Well, they traded for him too, and then signed him. And then the first moves they do after letting him go was re-sign Jakob Poeltl to that big contract.
Wow.
Jakob Poeltl got, what was it, 104 for 4 years again, or 5 years?
So they just get that to Miles Turner.
No.
No. Honestly, I don't even like that guy's game anyway.
Jakob Poeltl? That's a walking double-double.
Miles Turner.
Why? He was good in the playoffs this year for
I don't
Indiana.
know. I don't know, like.
Anyways, we'll transition now before we wrap this episode up. We got to get into the summertime. The baseball. The Toronto Blue Jays on a 9-game winning streak. First place in the American League East. Marcus, I mean, what do you want to say, man? What do you want to say? Vladdy's an all-star. Am I missing? Is that the only all-star they got? Oh, yeah, Alejandro Kirk, the catcher's an all-star.
Springer was a borderline all-star.
He got snubbed, but he was hot. He's hot right now.
But he got hot after the voting was done. So it's like, well, yeah. It's like good for him you're showing your value. Got red hot. Hopefully the Jays can continue this along. This is I think it's like the tied for 4th longest winning streak in Jays history.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens after the All-Star break. If they can continue this and keep it pushing. Because they exceeded my expectations.
All right, I want to ask you something. Because when they swept the Yankees recently, like that 4-game stretch, to take over first place in the American League East, I don't know if you're following. What do you think about that whole Jamie Campbell versus Michael Kay situation?
Yeah,
Are you following? Do you know a little bit about it, or?
I know a little bit about it. It's just some side comments. I think it's good for TV.
If they had to square up, who you putting your money on?
Damn.
I'm going
with the Yankees guy.
I'm going with Jamie Campbell, man. Michael Kay too old, man. Michael Kay's too old, man. I'm going with Jamie Campbell. You see how he threw that bat? How he had the broom? How he had that broom out with the.
Yeah, but when they're like two old guys, like anyone can just get a good right hook in, so it could go either way.
Well, they're gonna run it back 2 weeks from now. Yankees will be back to fade Toronto, so we'll see. They ain't over.
Yep. But then Michael Kay went at them of, you doing
say.
that real early. It's like, worry about doing that in October when you win a championship.
Whew. Or the best way he put it was, don't hang on the rim in the 3rd quarter. It's still a 4th quarter to be played.
What's he's right.
And so will the Jays? Are you a believer this year?
Well, it's way too early.
No. We only at halftime for baseball right now. I'm asking you.
This is baseball. No.
No.
It is way too early.
Can they make the playoffs?
We'll revisit this at
Late
the
August
beginning of October.
I meant late. We could revisit it late August before
No,
NFL.
that's still too early.
No, that's like
God, this is baseball.
late August is like end of third quarter.
Yeah, and things can still go to crap, and people can get hurt.
Yes, I
This
know.
is
We've seen how many times the Boston Celtics blow a fourth quarter lead in the third. I remember. I'm just saying you could always visit it later on in the end of August.
Well, we'll revisit this at some point.
Yes, and I'm just gonna say this right now because we won't be able to do it on the next episode because it'll be done. Home run derby, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's gonna take it on the Atlanta Braves. He'll win the home run derby. He'll win it. That's my pick for the home run derby, Ronald Acuna Jr.
All right. Well, you heard it here first.
And before we wrap up, any last words, guys, about NBA, NHL, MLB?
Shout out Caitlin Clark. She's pretty good.
Okay, Caitlin Clark. We got a Caitlin Clark shout out.
Oh, speaking of that, Caitlin Clark, yo, them women gotta stop hating on Caitlin Clark. How
Yes.
y'all gonna vote her the 9th best guard in the league? What? That's craziness. Yeah, y'all just being haters, man.
Okay.
Stop hating.
And I just want to give a big shout out, an honorable mention. Rest in peace to Diogo Jota, the Liverpool striker who died in a car accident.
All right.
Traveling from Spain, going to England in the Lamborghini. Portuguese
yeah.
international. Solid player. Wasn't the best. Wasn't terrible. But rest in peace.
Wow. Wow. Yo.
And
wow.
And that concludes our
Is that how we ended
podcast.
the show right now?
Thank you for
This
watching.
is how we ended the show.
You can follow us on all platforms,
Liverpool.
Spotify,
This is how we ended
YouTube,
the
and
show.
Instagram.
I guess
Thank
that's how
you
we
for
ended
watching.
I'm just
Have
a bad
nice
fan at the end of
evening.
the day.
All right, bye-bye.
The show. This is how we ended the
Something
show.
is wrong with your ass.
What?